Hey guys, I am back and I am here to talk to you about my obsession, my latest obsession, Donnie Darko. Okay. I haven't watched the second one. I've only watched the first one and I'm gagged and I'm gooped, okay? So, first things first. Rest in peace, Uncle Phil. For real. That's not the point. Okay. Jack Gyllenhaal. Is that his name or is it Jake? Jacob. Okay, Jake Gyllenhaal, right? I feel like it's supposed to be okay. I've been saying Jack this whole time. Okay, Jake Gyllenhaal, right? He was acting down. I'm sorry. He was acting down. Okay. I want to watch Donnie Darko ever since I read Selma Blair's memoir, because she mentioned Jake Gyllenhaal in there and how he was doing Donnie Darko at the time and this and that. Like, you know, it's a big thing. But, like, I really wanted to watch. Oh, yeah. I dyed my hair. So, yeah, I really wanted to watch this movie. And I was hesitant at first because I was like, I feel like this is going to be disturbing me. It didn't really, like, only some of it disturbed me. Like, I felt like I was watching Perfect Blue all over again. And y'all know how much I love Perfect Blue. I've watched Perfect Blue twice. And, like, Perfect Blue really, like, got me. Like, I felt like I was going insane. That's how I felt while watching Donnie Darko. Also, these are big and heavy Donnie Darko spoilers. So if you want to watch Donnie Darko and you don't want to be spoiled, which I recommend, go into this movie without knowing anything that it is about. That's what I did. I didn't research nothing. I literally watched the thing. I literally read the description on HBO Max. I was like, maybe I'll watch this. And yeah, and I watched it. Very good. All I knew was Selma Blair and the little description. So basically, yeah.
I'm so tired, child. I'm so tired. I'm really tired.
So basically, he real disrespectful. They cursing in front of the parents. They doing what siblings do, but they're doing it in front of their parents. They cursing bad. I'm like, oh my god. And they're cursing in front of the little sister. And then the father kind of the best character in this whole film. Because why? Like, he's sitting at the table. He's like, don't do this. He looked at the little sister like, don't do this. Cover your ears. Like, it was so funny.
Elizabeth, that's enough.
You can go suck a
Oh, please tell me, Elizabeth, how exactly?
I was laughing bad, okay? And then we get to school. It's like, first of all, a jet engine falls out of the sky. What? So I'm like, okay, first thing that's out of whack. And he got people speaking to him, and it's this bunny speaking to him. I need to talk about the bunny. I don't care about the synopsis. Let's talk about the bunny. Let's talk about Frank, okay? I feel like when they demasked Frank and put a face to him, it kind of messed me up. Maybe if I watch the director's cut, maybe I'll get it more, but I feel like they should not have put a face to Frank, honestly. Even though I really enjoyed it, I thought it was, like, funny. Not funny. I thought it was cool and interesting that they did indeed put a face to Frank. Like, I felt like it was unneeded. Like, he could have been a faceless character. And then the fact that, like, it all came together at the end, but it really didn't feel real. It felt like it's supposed to feel surreal. It's not supposed to be a real thing. Like, I don't know if all those people really did die. I don't know if the world actually came to an end. You don't know this because you're inside of Donald's mind. Well, I could just call him a Donald. Donnie's mind. Even though his full name is Donald. That's not the point. That's a cool name. Donnie Darko. Like, that's hard. Like, if my name was Donnie Darko, I would not shut up. I'd be like, yeah, my name is Donnie. It's Donnie. It's Donnie Darko. Like, I would not shut up. But that's not the point. The point is that I felt like they should not put a face to Frank. Like, even though it was supposed to make it look like even more intertwined, that there really is like a god in their universe, and that this god is putting them all together, it was almost like it's supposed to be like Donnie is a prophet of some sort. Like, you really are in the mind of this person. And the HBO Max description says that it was like it's schizophrenia, but I don't know nothing about schizophrenia, so I'm not gonna speak on it. But like, it really is like how Perfect Blue had me feeling. Except like with Perfect Blue, it was an outside source driving the main girl crazy. I forgot her name, but that's my twin. Like, not my twin, but Dottie is actually my twin, low key. Like, y'all, when they were at the bus stop and the dude handed him a cigarette and he was like, yeah, that's good, right? He was like, it's a cigarette.
Some good shit, huh? Cigarette.
Like, the way I said the exact same thing in my mind when I was like, it's a cigarette. We said it at the exact same time. Because I was like, you're doing all this over a cigarette. And like, basically, they were being racist towards that one girl. I was like, that was so unneeded. Like, they were saying some racist, xenophobic stuff. For what? For what? She didn't even bother them. Like, she was just minding her business. Like, she's friends with your sister. Leave her. Like, you're doing too much. Next. Yeah, I didn't like his friends. I thought they were losers. And like, the thing is, even though all this stuff was happening around Donnie, like his friends being his friends, and then what they talked about reminded me that they're just teenage boys. They're regular teenage boys. They talk about girls, they talk about getting beer, they talk about this and that, they talk about teenage stuff, while he is literally thinking that the world is going to end. He has a psychotic buddy in his head. Like, this is stuff that like people probably deal with like in teenage. I'm sorry, I keep looking at myself. Like, there are probably teenagers out there with schizophrenia right now that like are dealing with similar things as Donnie Darko, and they're going around about their life just as Donnie Darko did. Okay, Frank made it like the way that Donnie never got in trouble for anything that he did. He literally set a guy's house on fire, literally, but it got overshadowed by the fact that he had child pornography. Like, it's like the way that Frank was so calculated about the things that he decided to do. Like, at first, like the drowning of the school, you know, it was like, oh, he did it because of the book. He did it because of the book. Makes sense. You know, the school, it's like selfish. You don't care about the students, because if it cared about the students, it would get the boys for being racist towards that little girl. They would have got them, you know, for them being weird. But like, he got this institution, whatever. I don't care that much.
Ya que tanto que sea una de los infumables. ¡Ah!
But yeah, like, I just, in the whole movie, I was just drawn in. Like, there was not a point where I was bored while watching that movie. And the therapist, every time the therapist came on screen, I knew something crazy was about to happen. You about to say something crazy. I knew one of the first ones, with the hypnotherapy, why was he about to... I was like, whoa, I didn't think it was this type of movie. Also, Jack Gyllenhaal does not look like no 16-year-old boy. He looked 25 in that movie. Okay? And the whole time I was like, why he wearing this tight hoodie with that big body? Like get a bigger hoodie. Like, the hoodie was tight to his clothes. I was like, why are you wearing that little hoodie with your big self? Like, it looked like he was wearing a child's hoodie. It looked like he was wearing a 13-year-old's hoodie. You are 25. Like, I don't even know if he was 25 with that, but he looked it. So like, it was just not very serious. But everybody else fit the role that they fit. Like, I feel like he was supposed to be like a sophomore, maybe a junior, because his sister was a senior. He was about to go to college too, so it would make sense. And then this is that, like one of the cutest scenes, like, was when the little sister's friend, the one that was getting bullied earlier. The thing is, Donnie stood up for her at the bus stop, and I think that's what made her have a crush on him, because he stood up for her, and Jack Gyllenhaal cute. Like, I don't know, like. So it made sense that she developed a crush. Like, the whole like big old paper where she wrote his name in big letters. Who does that in real life? I feel like I've never seen somebody write their crush name in big old letters in a school binder. And like, I just realized it's something that happens in movies. Like, nobody is like, Donnie Darko. Like, I don't even know the girl's name. But like, nobody is doing that for real. You just made that up, okay? Secondly, the teacher, the gym teacher, she deserved it. She deserved it, cause like she's even though Donnie was kind of being like a smart aleck about the whole thing, he was like, oh, you can't put feeling. I'm like, just do the activity. Stop trying to do the most about things and just do what you're asked to do, cause it's never that serious. You could talk about it after class and this and that, but like it's just you're doing too much. And even though it was like his medicine wasn't working and this and that, he's acting like that because like his mental or whatever. Like, he was doing too much, in my opinion. I'm sorry. And then the teacher was in the wrong because the teacher was doing too much. He was like, oh, he should be expelled. He should be suspended for that. I'm like, it's never that serious. He told you. Like, I've heard people say worse things to teachers. Like, I've seen worse things he said to teachers. Teachers would be bullied. And you're mad that one student told you to stick something up your behind. I've heard worse. Like, even though it's disrespectful, and the fact that the dad always on Donald's side. Why do I keep calling him Donald? It's because Donnie is so unserious. I'm sorry. Even though Donnie Darko is hard, it's so unserious. I'm not going to keep calling this dude Donnie. I'm not going to keep calling him Donnie Darko. I'm going to call him Donald, because that's his name. Donald. Okay. I feel like if I watch the sequel, it'll be kind of like how the American Psycho. I didn't watch the American Psycho sequel, but I feel like it's very unnecessary because why would you put a woman in that spot? The whole point is that it is a white man in the Catholic society. They don't care like this and that. That's the whole point. With Donnie Darko, I don't know if it'll be the same thing. It's just like, how are they seeing the exact same vision? And like this and that. Also, I had Donnie Darko spoiled for me because I looked at the sequel because I was intrigued and I saw that he died at the end. But like that didn't even matter. Like that's how good it was. I knew he was gonna die at the end, but I wanted to know how he died, how he got there, all this stuff. Like, in the way in which that he died, he didn't want to go on that big old adventure of being the chosen one by God, by Frank. Like, he didn't want to go on that adventure, so he just decided to die right then and there. Because right then and there, that's like he evaded death. He evaded what his destiny was for God, right? Like God gave him. And I'm not saying God as in like our God, but I'm saying it as in like the God in their universe, because this is a fictional piece of work. This is not like real life. Like, duh, it's a movie. Duh, it's a book. Like, I don't know if Donnie Darko is a book. Hey Siri, girl. Yeah, so it's based on a book. So like in this world, it's like something different, something deeper than that, you know? Now I want to get to my thoughts on the ending. That song playing in the background was not eating for me. Like, I get it's about the lyrics. The person that's singing it could not sing. I'm sorry, I do not know what that song is. I don't know who's singing it. I've only heard it like in those memes, like all around me are familiar faces. I've only heard it, and then even then I was like, okay, this is unserious, but we move. But it fit for the movie, but it was like it was not eating for me personally. Okay, my eyes are getting like kind of bothered by looking in the light right now. That's why I keep looking around, because it's really getting to me. But yeah, that's not the point. My wisdom teeth hurt so bad. That's not the point. So the ending, the fact that we found out that Frank was like kind of like a real person, and he was experiencing like, I feel like he was experiencing the same things that Donnie was experiencing. Like, I feel like they were connected somehow by the God of this universe. Like, I feel like that's my theory. Like, they were connected, and that like God had Frank like carry out what he wanted Donnie to do. Like, Frank was the true prophet. He was a true messenger of God. So yeah, and the fact that like when he shot him at the end, that's where he got the bullet, and that's why it showed up right there, and that's why he was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Because he kind of knew in his head that Donnie knew in his head that he was the one that caused Frank this harm. It was just like, yeah. In that movie theater scene, why he just leave that? How did he set a house on fire? How long is that movie? Like, that movie gotta be at least 3 hours long for him to be able to go sit down, watch the movie for at least like 30 minutes, go back, go to a pedophile's house, set it on fire, come back, be there before his girlfriend wakes up. First of all, how did all this happen in a month? First of all, this happened in 28 days. He was with this girl, fell in love with this girl, literally did all these things with this girl in 28 days. Hey, like, it's crazy. And the thing is, and at the end, I feel like she could feel that she was supposed to know Donnie. I feel like she felt like she was supposed to know Donnie at the end, but she was just staring at the house. She waved to them, and this, like, she was just in awe by like what happened. I feel like she knew that she felt some type of connection towards that body when they were wheeling that. I feel like she's had some type of connection towards that body when she was wheeling him out. You know, when they were when they were wheeling him out, like on like the gurney or whatever. Why is Seth Rogen, Ashley Tisdale, and what's the name of the dude that played Spencer and iCarly? All of them are in Donnie Darko. It's literally the new Law and Order. It's the new Glee. Like, why is everybody in this movie? Honestly. And like the characters, I feel like Seth Rogen and old dude's character was kind of so confusing to me. Like, I was like, why are they here? Why are they like why would they even at the old woman's house? Like, I was trying to figure out why that was there, just there to cause havoc, to wreak havoc. And I don't know what. I think Dottie was looking for the wormhole in the cellar door in that woman's house, but like it wasn't there. I feel like it was all there so that their universe's God could bring him and Frank together. And Frank committed this horrible tragedy by killing Dottie's girlfriend. So where Dottie, he just had that thing on him. He just had a gun with him. He shot dude in the head. I was like, whoa, what's going on? So much happened in 5 minutes. I was like, whoa. I was real confused. It took me a couple of days to process what was happening. Okay. I didn't watch any analysis video. I tried to watch them. I was watching it. I was like, okay, whatever. I clicked out of it so quick. I was like, it's not for me, you know. It's not for me. I want to have my own spin on things. I like to be confused. I don't know. Like, with those type of movies, you're supposed to be left like, what? I love that. I like being left with the what, you know? And that's why I love that movie. Not only was it incredibly entertaining, it's like, it didn't change my outlook on life at all. It's not like it was Devilman Crybaby or nothing. But like, oh yeah, I love Devilman Crybaby, by the way. But like, it definitely enhanced something. Like, it made me think so much. I love thinking. But yeah. So, it was actually surprisingly, it was a funny movie, low-key. Like, it had its jokes and then it had its serious moments. And like, I was like, at first, the first half is kind of lighthearted, but it has that like, that underlying feeling of dread, because like, this person is going insane, actually, without lack of better words. Like, it's just not, they're not in their right mind, and you know it, and it's soon gonna get worse and worse. You could feel it coming up on you, but you see them living this regular life of getting a girlfriend, having a family, going to school, and then boom, drowns to school. Boom, sets somebody's house on fire. Boom, steals their dad's gun. Boom, just be. And the scene with the therapist where Frank like appears, that scene was kind of like, I was literally like so stressed out. I was so stressed out. Like, I was like, what? Like, I was downloading SimCC while watching the movie. Because I like to multitask when I watch movies. Like, I'm sorry. I like to do multiple things. So, like, I had to stop downloading SimCC and just look at the movie. Because it was that, like, what's it called? Captivating. So, yeah. If you have the chance to watch Donnie Darko, and you want to watch Donnie Darko, even after I spoiled every single aspect of the movie, it is a wild ride. Like, literally just watch it, because it is better watching it than hearing it from me, honestly. Like, this is like gonna be like a 20-15 minute long video. Like, that cannot capture like the 2-hour long movie that Donnie Darko is. Like, it's low-key a masterpiece. I don't know, I need to rewatch it tonight. I may watch the second one tonight and get back to y'all on that, okay? So yeah, so bye guys, that was my thoughts on Donnie Darko. Please watch the movie, please watch the movie, okay? Bye.